and this is GOMTV.net bringing you Season 2 of the StarLeague. Introducing our players in the bottom right. In the red, we have our Zerg player with a unique play style. He is
Master SK Telecom T1 Su.
And his opponent, a super young StarCraft 2 player, a blue Terran. He is
Master Maru Prime.
All right, Tasteless.
all right, Artie.
I wonder what would happen, because they're like giving them ranks now based upon being in GSL, winning championships, stuff like that. I wonder what would happen if MVP came on. You couldn't call him Grandmaster, right? Because that's what we called the other people with championships. But
What do we call him?
Oh, I don't know. I'm wondering what we would call him.
I don't know. Game Genie Terran?
Yeah.
Can we solve
Game
that
Genie Terran. And then the thing is, like, Nesty wins a couple more championships, and we have to go, Game Genie Terran. I am Nesty.
Did you ever have a friend in school that had a Game Genie?
I think one of my friends had one, but didn't really use it. Like, he just played with it a couple times. I was like,
I had this. I'd go over to his house. It was like I had to eventually stop being friends with him. I was like in 3rd grade, and he just like always punched in the cheat codes in every game. And I'm like, I don't even get why we're playing this game. He's like, no, because when we cheat, we're gonna win. And I'm like, I think
that's bad upbringing.
I don't understand. Yeah,
I think that's his parents' fault.
I'm sure he didn't. He probably didn't turn out okay.
I already know he didn't.
We can boil the issue down to the father, I think.
Father? I don't know. This could be the mother as well.
He cheated in all single-player games. There's something with the father. I don't know.
That's definitely weird, Tasteless.
So, we got both players doing very standard openers so far.
Yeah, a Reaper opening versus Hatch first into Gas before Pool. This is pretty normal. Gives Su a lot of options. He can get aggressive with his Zerglings once speed is done, but he doesn't have to. Can just be defensive.
Yeah, absolutely can be. So, from here, we'll probably see the Terran go ahead and expand. You can do a starport opening.
Yeah, I guess
off of this, but I don't think we're going to see that.
No,
that seems
generally when you open with Reapers, you're going to go exactly to Reapers. You're going to get your command center.
Yeah.
You're going to go into a reactor to Hellions. You're going to go. From that point, it can deviate a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you grab your 3rd command center? Do you go Hellbat drops? That's where it changes, but generally speaking, it's right within that line.
So, Zerg is going to need to drone up here. He is making 6 lings. Now, if the Terran... Okay, let's just pretend that they could both play absolutely flawlessly, perfectly. This Reaper should not die and actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But you can... Kind of like when you watch people try to get the quarterback in a football game, how they're going to try to outmaneuver him. You can kind of do that with the Zerglings if you do it just right.
Yeah, but he did not get a 2nd Reaper, so he cannot do any lateral passes.
You're pretty funny today, Artosis.
Thanks.
Normally it takes 2 or 3 games for us to get into this, but...
Well, I had to do meta today, so like I've just been
you already warmed up? Okay,
all day, so.
I always feel like I need to get about 2 games in before I'm all warmed up.
Yeah, normally I come into GOM as an antisocial nerd. I haven't talked to anyone really all day. I play with my baby, but she doesn't get my jokes yet.
Her sense of humor is not sophisticated enough yet. Okay, so we got the command center here on the low ground. There's a high chance that he will swap that barracks and factory so that the factory does get the reactor on it. And what he wants to do is get this SCV and try to deny the command center from finishing, but he does not.
It was a good try. I like the fact that he gave that a go, but with it not working, it's not that big a deal. He killed an SCV, he lost a couple lings, whatever. He also got a Marine, so that's fine. But
he gets an attaboy.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's okay, Sue. Okay.
So, as you can see here, he's going to put the starport in the back of his base, hoping that he won't get scouted anytime soon here. Yeah. Some players do get more barracks before they get that starport. But, since the birth of the Hellbat, Hellbat drops are just...
It was an unnatural, unholy birth, Tasteless.
It was like that birth in Game of Thrones, I believe. That
there was a lot of screaming when the Hellbat came into the world.
When Blizzard birthed the Hellbat. Yeah. So, the Hellbat drops are simply put so good, you'd be foolish not to do them. It's just too good to try something else at this point in time. At least in the metagame. We'll see if the pro gamers show us something else.
Yeah, that's A good point, Taste. Well, the Hellbat drops are going to be coming, and, you know, I like the way that he's doing it, where he's reactoring out the medevacs.
Yeah.
Because that can make a big difference. When you leave with 2 medevacs, it gives you more potential for damage, but of course the build order generally is going to be a little bit slower than the one
I
medevac.
actually prefer this version of it over the other one. I feel like when you try to get just 1 medevac out, this would make more sense during the beta when the Hellbat drop was a bit more of a surprise.
Yeah.
You know? So, we'll see.
Well,
we'll see, though. I mean...
it looks, Stasis, with all those roaches that are coming out and a Baneling Nest and 20 Lings on the way, does it look like Sue might have to gain some
Does it
cheese
look
points?
like we're casting one of Sue's games? I think so.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is just actually really strong against Terran right now, so we can't give him too much crap, but
I'm
it's
fine
true,
with it.
man.
In fact, this is one of the best ways to handle a drop is if you just attack the entrance of their base. If they're attacking you, they probably, in your base, they probably don't have enough to defend. And since one guy's going for harass, the other guy's going for brute force, this could be a problem here for Maru.
I think it's going to be a problem, Tasteless. He's trying to make a bunker up on that high ground, but Sue is going to be coming forward very shortly with these Banelings. In the meantime, he is being dropped by Hellbats, but this is a much bigger army that's going to stay alive a lot longer for Sue.
All right, and it looks like the entrance will be torn down.
Ooh.
The Roaches continuing to get in now. More damage being applied. Will he go for the bunker or will he go around it? We'll see. In fact, now going for the SCDs. A lot of damage here is what Maru is suffering.
He certainly is, Tasteless, but he's done a little bit himself as well. Well, not really, actually. He's only killed 2 drones with that drop while we were watching this, whereas 12 have been killed by Sue. Look at this supply differential, 50% advantage for Sue.
It's pretty huge. Now, Maru's doing a good job microing these Marauders. I love this, picking them up inside the medevac. So the damage has been dealt, but a dozen workers killed off. That's hard to recover from. Plus, Maru had to move that command center at the expansion.
Yeah, quite annoying. He lost a lot of depots as well. Definitely, he's at kind of a stumbling block here. He has to even make more depots. He's supply capped at the moment. So.
Yeah. Very true.
Kind of painful, but he has a lot of Hellbats and a lot of medevacs, so this is not over yet.
Now, I don't blame Maru. Oh, I love this, actually. Scouting with the empty medevac. This is how you optimize every single unit that you have.
Indeed, and now we have these Banelings coming forward. The Roach is walking up too. Now, there's no wall at the top of the ramp, so he can walk right up without having to use any of his Banelings.
I'm so shocked that those Banelings even hit. Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm surprised he let those all out, actually.
This was actually a sloppy play a little bit by both guys, though. But this, I believe, is going to be the killing blow here.
Yeah, this...
if those Banelings actually could connect with the center of those SCDs, it might have been a different story.
Yeah, that could have been a game ender.
Yeah,
and in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and say it basically is Tasteless. I don't really see Maru coming back here.
And again, it is a best of 1. And so when you lose this game, you lose the series.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. So it looks like Maru, you know, I felt pretty confident in him coming into this, but it feels like he maybe didn't quite prepare for exactly what Sue is.
Yeah,
not that Hellbat drops are bad against Cheese, but
no, I totally agree with you. And you know, to top all that off, this is like a great response to Hellbat drops, just in general.
Yeah.
I think we're probably going to see Zergs do this a lot more often now, which may change the metagame in a different direction here.
Did you see that terrible joke from someone on Twitter?
No, what? I wasn't actually reading.
We brought up someone's Twitter thing, and they said that Roach Baneling attack was so good. In fact, it was so good.
Oh,
that's like one of our jokes right there, man.
Yeah, man.
We got to watch out for that guy. He might take our job.
Well, it looks like slowly but surely Maru is just going to get chiseled away here.
Yeah,
we're basically waiting for him to type in GG. And Morlings stream in here. Hellbats, great against Zerglings, but as you can see here, they're not the most mobile units.
Yeah. Well, he's going to surround them with Zerglings, so they'll probably kill all these Zerglings, but, you know, this is a hard battle to win. The thing is, Maru isn't giving up for a reason. If he can get a couple good Hellbat drops, maybe that will give him a window to climb back. Because he doesn't even have the window to climb back at the moment.
Legend is so good at observing. He's actually pointed out that there's going to be 2 Banelings over here. It looks like Maru actually was privy to that.
Yeah. He knows, Tasteless.
You know, Zerg needs to be careful in moments like this, because if you get a little bit too sloppy with your play, you could actually, this could backfire in the game that normalizes.
you got to remember how quickly Hellbats can kill all your stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
I guess we get to see
we're
if
going to
Maru
cast a
can
little
do that.
longer. I actually really thought he was going to be killed off there.
Well, Sue is twice his supply. Just the fact that Maru hasn't left the game doesn't mean he's not dead.
Yep. He's dead, just
He's
not physically
basically
yet.
Bruce Willis from The Sixth Sense right now.
You know, Bruce Willis is so good at almost bleeding to death in every movie he's in.
He's really
That
good
was
at
actually his calling, man. Few people can actually
say that they found what they were meant to do.
They're meant to act
That's
like
true.
they were bleeding to death in pretty much every movie.
I love when he's limping at the end, too. It's like always good. He always has no shoes on and glass in his feet. He's perfect at that.
Oh, my God. So true. All right, well, we have a counterattack here. We have a counterattack here from the Terran.
It's all right. There's plenty of bad guys that steal shoes from Tasteless.
He always gets their bullets, but not those shoes, man. So he's counterattacking here, and I don't blame Maru for doing this because what else can he do? He can't stay back and defend, right?
No, I mean, he has to be offensive and see what he can get done. But what can he get done, Tasteless? Well, it looks like he's going to kill a little bit here, start picking off some drones, and, you know, there's never been a comeback without the start of a comeback, Tasteless.
That's true. He's going in here now. He's hitting these drones. Zerg scrambling right now to try to recover.
Well,
You know?
a little bit of damage.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
it's-
enough, but it
no,
was something.
Certainly not enough. Maru is up to 5 drone kills now, which is pretty low, actually.
Yeah.
You know, 5 drone kills is not enough to even begin that comeback.
It's not
and now
20.
Roach
Now-
speed is done, so I think this counterattack forces Maru out of the game, or at least he has to lift all his buildings and make Sue tech up to Mutalisks.
Yeah.
Or maybe Corruptors. They do a lot of
They do a lot of
building
damage to buildings, yeah. So,
always got to consider that when chasing out a Terran that won't leave the game.
that's true. Another counterattack over here. I don't know if Maru's going to hang on here, but he's been pretty resilient so far.
Well, the Baneling's going to destruct there on the bunker. SCV's running away. You know, Maru's still trying to drop in one. I'm doing some damage, actually, with the drop over at the third, at least chasing those drones out for now.
Yeah. Okay, now this might be too many roaches. It's Maru, so I don't want to second-guess myself here, but the sheer amount of damage he's doing. This is it's a nice little ragtag group of Terran units, but because the Zerg has 3 hatcheries and a healthy economy, he should just be able to continue to just make anything that can attack, and it will slowly push this out.
Yeah.
We've already seen that happen now.
I mean, that, as you said, it's a nice little group of units that he's attacking with over there, Tasteless. It's kind of like the A-team without Mr. T. Like, they can get a lot done, but where's the power?
GG. All right.
Tasteless with a
I'm not,
nose
I was,
today.
I was trying to blow my nose there. I was like, oh, they're going to put me on camera. Yeah, great game there by Sue. You know, I think it's not even just what Sue's doing, but a lot of these Zergs have just identified, okay, Terran always drops me.
Yes.
They're always harassing. They're always getting Hellbats going to my main. Now, to get Medivacs and Hellbats out means you're not going to have a lot of anything else that can attack. So these Zergs are going right up to the Terran's front door and doing a ton of damage. And, I mean, as we can see here, it's working.
Yeah. You know, that's too bad for Maru. I think he's such a good player. He's really coming into his own as of late, but this is going to be a very steep climb indeed.
Yep. You know, Maru always has this look right when he loses.
Yeah.
We've seen him like this before.
Well, you know,
very concerned.
The good thing about him is that he's so young. It's not like there's a clock on his career. Sometimes you look at an older player that loses, and it's like heartbreak because they're like,
yeah,
how many more years am I going to do this? And the answer is a long time, you know? Guys, because StarCraft's the best game. You're not going anywhere. But there's always that added pressure.
Well, we know who's going to be in the winners and the losers. After this short break, we're going to find out who's going to be the first to move on out of this group. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.